Recently, we got 4 brand new images from beyond the Spider-Verse, and in this video I want to focus on one specific shot and really break it down. I'm going to analyze what's going on and build some theories around it, especially the image where Miguel is going all in against Miles. It honestly looks like a full-on rematch, very similar to what we saw back in Across the Spider-Verse. At this point, it's guaranteed that Miles and Miguel are going to cross paths again.
Did you check your locations?
Yes, Dad.
No sign of him.
Lila, would you just send everyone out? Anywhere he might be.
That clash isn't just random, it's the heart of the entire conflict in these movies. On one side, you've got Miles, who believes he can break the so-called canon and still save the people he loves.
So we're just supposed to let people die because some algorithm says that that's supposed to happen? You realize how messed up that sounds, right?
On the other side, there's Miguel, who's fully committed to preserving the canon events no matter what.
You have a choice between saving one person and saving an entire world, every world.
Their ideologies completely clash, so it's only natural that their confrontation is going to continue. Miguel hasn't changed his stance. He still believes the canon has to be protected at all costs, and because of that, he's still hunting Miles down. His goal hasn't shifted either. He wants to stop Miles from saving his father, because in his mind, that would risk everything. So when you look at this new image, it's not just a random fight, it represents that ongoing tension and unfinished business between them. What makes this even more interesting is when you think back to the early teasers for Across the Spider-Verse. Before the movie came out, we saw glimpses of a confrontation between Miles and Miguel that looked a bit different. They were jumping through universes, moving through portals mid-fight. That whole idea of them battling across dimensions felt huge, like something really dynamic and chaotic. Now, if you look at this new image, it kind of brings that concept back. You can see Miguel grabbing Miles by the neck, and in the background there's this intense lightning effect that honestly looks like some kind of portal or dimensional energy. It gives off the same vibe as those early teaser scenes. The interesting part is that those portal jumping moments were actually cut from the final version of Across the Spider-Verse. Instead, the movie gave us that grounded but still intense chase in Miguel's universe and the train sequence. So if they're bringing that original idea back, and maybe even improving on it, then Beyond the Spider-Verse would be the perfect place to fully explore it. This could be their chance to deliver that multiverse-spanning fight that we didn't quite get before, but on an even bigger scale. Another thing to consider is where Miles and Miguel are at this point in the story. Miles will probably spend some time stuck on Earth 42, dealing with everything going on there. Meanwhile, from what we've seen, Miguel is still on Earth 1610 continuing the search for Miles. But at some point, he's going to realize that Miles isn't there, and when that happens, it's very likely he'll start looking across other universes. A lot of people look at Miguel and immediately think, yeah, he's the villain, but that's not really accurate. He's not the villain, he's the antagonist. There's a big difference. He's the one standing in Miles' way, but that doesn't automatically make him evil. What makes Miguel so interesting is that he's a hero, just a very complicated one. Everything he does comes from trauma. He went through something that completely changed the way he sees the multiverse and the idea of canon events. Because of that, he's trying to enforce these rules on every Spider-Man out there, not because he wants to hurt people, but because he genuinely believes it's the only way to prevent everything from falling apart.
Canon events are the connections that bind our lives together.
The problem is how far he's willing to go. He's basically accepting that some people have to die in order to save everyone else, and that's where things get really questionable. When you think about what Spider-Man is supposed to stand for, doing everything possible to save people, never just standing by while someone suffers if you can help, it clashes hard with Miguel's mindset. That's why he's such a tough character to fully agree with. He's still a hero at his core, but his methods and beliefs put him in direct conflict with what Spider-Man usually represents. Meanwhile, the real villain here is the Spot. He's the one actually causing chaos, and things are only going to get worse with him. You can already imagine how dangerous he's going to be. His whole goal is to destroy everything that Miles cares about.
I'm gonna take everything from you.
like you took everything from me.
What?
See you back home, Spider-Man.
That's personal. That's not about rules or balance. That's straight up revenge and destruction. Now imagine the situation Miles is stuck in. He's trying to stop the Spot and protect the people he loves, but at the same time, Miguel is coming after him, trying to prevent him from interfering with canon events. So Miles is basically fighting a war on two fronts, one against a true villain, and another against someone who's supposed to be on his side. That's what makes the whole situation so complex. And when you really think about it, there are some interesting possibilities. One theory that actually makes a lot of sense is the idea of Earth-42 Miles teaming up with our Miles. Since that version of Miles is going to be important to the story, it wouldn't be surprising if they end up working together in some way. Now imagine both of them going up against Miguel. That would be intense. But at the same time, there's another possibility that flips everything. Miguel could eventually realize just how dangerous the Spot has become, and when that happens, it wouldn't make sense for him to keep focusing only on Miles while the real threat is out there destroying everything. At some point, he might have to put his conflict with Miles aside so they can deal with the bigger problem together. That opens the door for something even more unexpected, a team-up between Miles and Miguel. It sounds crazy right now, but it's not impossible. You could have both of them working together despite everything that happened. If it turns out that everything Miguel believed about the canon is wrong, then he's going to have to face that and make things right somehow. On the other hand, if Miguel is actually right about the canon events, that creates a completely different problem, because it could go against the message the movie seems to be building toward.
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
But if the creators go in a direction where the canon events are real yet you can still break it, that would be really interesting, like Miguel being right about the patterns, but Miles being right about the possibility of change. And that tension, that constant push and pull between different beliefs, different choices, and different consequences, is exactly what's gonna make Beyond the Spider-Verse so intense. There are so many storylines, so many questions, and so many unresolved moments that need proper answers. Honestly, it wouldn't be surprising if Beyond the Spider-Verse ends up being the longest movie in the entire Spider-Verse franchise, which I believe it will.
You're a mistake! If you hadn't been bit, your Peter Parker would have lived, and none of this would have happened!